So you're probably wondering why it seems to take me such a long time to make other out of the hat gaming videos. You know what I mean, the type of video where I literally draw a game out of the hat and make a video based on that game. Well, this is why. Since GTA 6 is finally dated to actually come out the 26th of May of next year, I've actually been working on tier challenges for GTA Online, and frankly, I was not planning on doing videos on these tier challenges, but I encountered one of them that is the most time-consuming challenges so far. And as the title suggests, it is the Tier 4 challenge for the Import-Export update. It's actually not all of them that was time-consuming, just one specific challenge. Actually, I take that back. There is multiples that are very time-consuming, but the one that I'm going to talk about today is a little ridiculous. Okay, it's all ridiculous. Just follow me here. For Tier 1, all you have to do is own your own warehouse, complete a vehicle cargo mission, and complete a special vehicle work. All pretty self-explanatory. I mean, literally just own what you need for the actual business and complete one special vehicle work. If you don't know anything about that, it's literally just inside your office, go to the computer and click on special vehicle work and choose a mission and complete one. Simple as that. Tier 2 is kind of the same. You have to source all vehicles for one collector. That's what I'm going to be talking about in a minute. Sell one vehicle in perfect condition and sell 5 vehicles to specialist dealers. Selling one vehicle in perfect condition is pretty easy, but in order to actually achieve this, you have to sell a vehicle in a public lobby. And I know that sounds a bit crazy, but if you do it in an invite-only session or even a solo public session, you will have these random NPCs constantly coming after you until the submission is over, and they will damage your vehicle no matter what. Well, let me change that last statement again. You can actually be in an invite-only session as long as you have one other of like your friends with you, but you have to make sure they are not a part of your CEO, and you will sacrifice your high demand bonus, which the high demand bonus is always a plus for me at least. So this guide is specifically for you if you want to do this solo. So what I actually do is when I'm in a public lobby, I try to get as much money as possible because that is also another achievement. So what I do is I actually activate Ghost Organization as soon as the mission starts. I usually wait until the timer runs down to activate it. Actually, if you open up your interactive menu right before your assistant can call you, so as soon as you load in, just open up your interactive menu, you can just wait until the timer activates. It'll give you a few extra seconds before anyone can see you in the session. And as far as selling 5 vehicles to a specialist dealer, pretty much every time you sell a vehicle, it should be a specialist dealer because they pay the most, so this one is a given. For Tier 3, you have to complete 25 vehicle cargo missions, fill a vehicle warehouse with 40 stolen vehicles, and complete all special vehicle works. What I advise doing for this one is just simply fill your warehouse up without selling anything. Your warehouse can only hold 40 vehicles. Upon collecting all 40 vehicles, you should automatically get enough for at least one of the vehicle collectors. When I did this initially, I didn't even know vehicle collectors were a thing. I literally just filled up my warehouse because when I used to use this money grinding method before the KO and all that, I used a method where I would only sell top range vehicles. So by the time I had my warehouse halfway filled, I already had at least one vehicle collection complete. So like I said, that one was kind of a given. And finally Tier 4, which I am still currently working on. This one is quite a grind. So for this one, you have to source all vehicles for all collectors, complete all special works on hard difficulty, sell 50 vehicles in perfect condition, and earn $25 million selling vehicle cargo. So what I did is I had my warehouse completely filled up with vehicles, and then I went ahead and started selling one of these vehicles that was not on my collection list. To go into your collection list, just go into the vehicle warehouse and go to the computer and hit R1 for the collectors, or whatever corresponding button is on whatever console you're currently on. And then what I did was I grabbed my phone and took a picture of every collection that I need with my actual phone. And then I went to an invite-only session and started sourcing vehicles. So the problem with this one is that you have to match the vehicle type as well as the license plate with whatever the collection calls for. Once you start a sourcing mission, you will get a text message that will show the type of vehicle, the range of the vehicle, and the actual license plate that is on the car. Now, there are multiple types of vehicles with different types of license plate, so you have to get both correct, and this is the part that is very time consuming, because there are 32 different types of vehicles that will spawn, but once you already have one of those vehicles in your warehouse, it won't spawn a duplicate vehicle and license plate, but it will do a duplicate vehicle if the license plate is different. I hope that makes sense. Since I had pictures of everything that I needed on my phone, all I had to do was start sourcing vehicles, and if it was not a vehicle that I needed that was on my list, I would just find another invite-only session. You're not going to lose any money by doing this. And let me tell you, I am not kidding when I say that I did this for hours. I mean, it took me a long time to get every vehicle that I needed. And whenever I got a car that I actually needed, I would delete the picture that was corresponding to what I needed, and then I would just take a new photo. What I found out, maybe this was a coincidence, I'm not really sure, but it seemed like constantly finding a new session sometimes gave me double or triple of the same vehicle. But when I finally got to my very last vehicle, instead of just finding a new invite-only session, what I did was I just closed the application and restarted the whole game. In which there actually isn't a cooldown time once you load back in, because every time you source a new vehicle, you have to wait 2.5 minutes. Not only that, but it also seemed to spawn the vehicle that I needed a lot quicker instead of finding a million invite-only sessions. What does suck about this, you have to take note that you are not in an invite-only session, and you might have that stupid CEO cap, which Rockstar really should get rid of. So in turn, you might have to find an invite-only session regardless. But sometimes you could get lucky. But for selling a vehicle, this does not work at all. In fact, I think the cooldown timer for vehicle sell missions is a little bit broken. What I found out was no matter how much time you have left on your cooldown timer, it will make the cooldown timer 10 minutes if you leave the session or close the application. Totally stupid. And I actually tested this too, so I waited until I had 1 minute left on my cooldown timer, and then I went ahead and found a new public session lobby, and what do you know, I had 10 minutes left on my timer. Now the timer, once you are done completing a sell mission, the timer is 20 minutes long. And it doesn't seem like any other mission or job actually does this either, so it's literally just this that I found. It's very weird. But eventually I finally got it. As long as you keep those 40 vehicles in your warehouse, every time you get it filled up again, obviously it won't let you source another vehicle, so just sell one of the vehicles, but make sure the vehicle that you sell is not a vehicle on your list that you already own, because once you sell a vehicle that you own that is a part of a collector, say you sell one of the vehicles and you didn't actually get the whole collection, then that vehicle will be sold, and then you have to literally find the same exact vehicle again. So make sure whenever you sell another vehicle to make room for another vehicle that you need, make sure you sell a vehicle that is not on the list at all, if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. What helps me is selling your doubles. So if you have two of the same types of vehicle, then sell the same vehicle. Just make sure that the license plate is not on your collector's list. So as long as the license plate isn't on your collector's list, you can sell the doubled vehicles. That always helps me as well, because not only that, but that also opens up a space, because I think, I'm not 100% sure, but the way that I've tested everything out and the way that I can see it, I think that if you have like two of the same type of vehicle but you still need one with the right license plate, it seems like you can only source two of the same type of vehicle, but it won't do like three of them. You know what I mean? So selling the doubled vehicles helps me. Just make sure the license plate is not one that you need. So the way that it works is once you actually get a collection, it's going to count it, and then you can actually sell that collection. But I figured it would be easier just to keep the collections, just so you don't lose track of which one you still need and stuff like that, because it does actually tell you which ones you need. If you go into it and you hit square, it'll show everything, but the names are kind of messed up, so it's very confusing. So I recommend just keeping all the collections at once, and then once you actually get all 10 of them, then you can sell them all, because then it doesn't matter at that point. But I mean, that's pretty much it. That's the more difficult one, I guess, to get, because like the other ones are just extremely time consuming. Like, I mean, the one where you got to make $25 million for selling vehicles, that's a lot of money, because if you sold everything in an invite only session and you didn't get any damage, which is impossible because you know, the sultans are going to come after you. But if you were by yourself and you only sold top range vehicles, that's $100,000 per vehicle if there's absolutely no damage. So 25 million, so do the math, that's 250 top range vehicles with absolutely no damage. Like that's a long time. Plus every sub mission there's a 20-minute cooldown time. Like that is ridiculous. I don't want to do the math on that because then my brain will hurt. And I still have not completed tier 4 yet. I'm still working on it because that's how long this takes. I mean, you know, I got a job, I got a life, I got kids. So I'm doing what I can, but this is basically the best way of getting the tier 4 challenge. And all this for a vehicle that cost $1.4 million and a little over $2 million if you count the Benny's upgrade. All right, listen, let me just vent for a minute. Now, I really enjoy doing these career progress challenges, but what I don't enjoy is doing so much for something that I can literally go and purchase right now, because in the game I do have quite a bit of money. So when I do these career progress challenges, what I really believe should happen is they should give us a really rare vehicles, like vehicles that are exclusive to these career progress challenges, because then it will actually prompt people to want to do them more. Like not a lot of people are doing these because, I mean, let me give you an example. So I just completed the biker challenges not too long ago, and they gave me a Western Damon. That's a motorcycle that I've already owned, and it's something that should have been something else. Like, I mean, like one of the, maybe like the Lost and Damned bike or something. I mean, a motorcycle that they've only seen a handful of times in the game, something rare, because the biker tier challenges were also quite a grind. I mean, it's stupid to earn something that I already own or can easily own, because that bike, I don't even think that bike is $1 million. But that's not even the worst of it. I mean, I actually also just completed the gun running challenges, and they gave me none other than a BF Dune FAV. If you don't know what that is, anyone just starting the game can go on to Warstock and purchase a BF Dune FAV for the low price of free. It's completely free, and there's nothing special about this. I mean, you could upgrade it, but you need an MOC to actually upgrade it. So like it doesn't make any sense to give that away for free when it's something that is already free. Like what's the point? And there's nothing special about it. That challenge reward to me is probably the biggest joke on here. I think the only one that's actually worth it is if you do the contract tier challenges. It will actually give you that Lamar Davis weed van. I mean, that to me was one that was sensible. That's a prize for the challenge. That is something that's actually worth earning, because you can't get that van other than doing these challenges. They should have made every single one like this, but instead they had to go cheap, and they had to just, I don't know. It's like whoever created this has never played the game before. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it just, I don't know. It blows my mind. But anyways, I'm done with the rant for this. I hope this guide that I showed you, I hope that it helps, because this was a very, very annoying challenge to do. But other than my rant, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it helps. And if it did, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. I really appreciate you guys, and I won't see you, but you will definitely see me, or at least hear my voice, in the next video. Man, I miss saying that. Bye.